Hey, Nicole here. All right, so this video is a tutorial about the fire signs. We're going to talk about the triplicities, which means in astrology we have four elements that we work with. We work with fire, which is the first one, earth, air, and water. And all of these, of the four elements, each one holds or I guess has three of the zodiac, of the 12 zodiac. Of course, you divide 12 by 4 and you get 3. So each element you have 3 of the zodiac signs. We're going to talk about the fire signs first. Now, first I want to talk about the element fire itself, and then we'll talk about how this relates to sort of the metaphor of somebody who has a lot of fire in their chart and how this applies to their consciousness. So first of all, fire, according to the Wikipedia, is the rapid oxidization through a exothermic chemical process that releases light and heat and other, elements or other side effects of the combustion process. So anyway, that's fire. That's the scientific, well, the Wikipedia definition. And as we know as human beings, the first caveman that discovered fire was probably probably kind of afraid at first. And you might also think maybe this was when human beings first started to be curious about the powers that they didn't fully understand, and perhaps spirituality and this concept of life and death and seeing the power of fire, forest fires and things they would see in nature, but then them finally being able to actually harness the power of fire was probably a moment that was pretty exciting spiritually for humans as well, I'm guessing. Now fire, of course, we know we use it to heat our food. It warms us when it's cold. It comforts us. It's used for, even if we've got waste, garbage, if you're camping and you have paper and stuff that you are trying to get rid of, you can just throw it into the fire. So fire is helpful. It's helpful for not only making our meat or cooking our meat, heating the meat up so that it's safe for us to eat. It's killed the microorganisms in the meat, right? Or whatever foods we're eating, the water, we boil water and it kills whatever's in the water. But it also is helpful because it helps get rid of things that are no longer serving us. It just burns through, right? That's the whole point with what fire is. It's like I said, the rapid oxidization through an exothermic process. Fire is an element that it is hungry for fuel, right? And it will eat all the fuel it can, feeds on the fuel until the fuel is gone, and then it burns itself out and it's done. So if you sort of look at this as this would apply to the consciousness, it makes perfect sense. When you hear the word or the phrase, that person's very fiery, you typically tend to think of somebody who's quite bold and brash and daring and, quick to take action. Okay, so the fire, when you think of it applied to consciousness, this is somebody who has this desire for life. They're hungry for life, okay? And what they're going to feed upon, the fuel that will excite them, is going to be new opportunities. It's going to be relationships, and in particular relationships, more of the sexual, exciting, that side of the physical, the excitement part of relating with another human being, whether it's sexual or, actually literally fighting, doing things with your physical body. These things are exciting. They're using energy in the context of a relationship. Also, fire signs, they need a lot of change, because you think of fire when it's moving up a mountain, right? It's always moving upward. It's always going until it can't go anymore. So a lot of times fire sign type people will go. They have a lot of energy, and then they kind of burn themselves out and they have to sort of take a break, okay? The fire signs, the triplicity that's covered by fire, you'd have your Aries, your Leos, and your Sagittarius types, okay? So if your sun, your moon, or your rising sign is Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, then you are fire. You're a fiery person. I have 2 in fire. Both my moon and my rising are fire. So let's talk about like high side and shadow side. So high side of fire, again, these people are going to be dynamic. They are change oriented. They are inspiring. They motivate people to take action in their lives because they themselves if they're excited by an idea, they want to share it with everybody. They also are very affectionate and warm, typically, and they're the type of person where they can be strong and brave and bold. They're willing to go places that other people are not willing to go. You think of fire and compared to earth, and there's quite a difference in sort of the dynamic nature of those 2 elements, right? Earth just kind of sits there. It's great for certain things, but fire is great for when you need to take action, you need to get done with something, you know. That's why Mars, which is the part in our chart that shows our passion and the part of us that goes and takes action, it's also considered a fiery planet, okay? Now, on the shadow side of fire, you've got issues with bossiness, brashness, being too loud, too bold, causing pain to other people because they just aren't paying attention, just like a fire can burn you. Like literally fire type people can sometimes be a little bit self-indulgent and a little just thinking about their own needs and not other people's, and so they can sometimes hurt other people's feelings. Now the issue with fire is because the element fire, remember, its whole job, its whole nature of being is it's a process or a state of combustion. It's looking for fuel. It's not concerned about anything else other than its own need to self-express as fire. And this is how fire signs are. They need to express their ego through whatever it is that they're passionate about. So a sure way to make a fire sign type person depressed would be to stop them or to trap them or to prevent them from taking any kind of action. Fire signs hate being trapped or wet blanketed or smothered by somebody who's too emotive or too, it's like water. It's literally water. Emotions are water on fire. So you're putting water on fire, you're putting the fire out, okay? So anyway, all right, that's a little quick brief tutorial on fire signs, and I'm gonna go on and do our earth signs next.